So we're going to look at the equation. No, that's not what I wanted. S equals ut plus half at squared. Specifically looking for the variable a. So my first step here is to ask, what are these values doing to the a? What's their operation to the a? Half is doing what to the a? Yes, dividing by 2. Actually, I'm going to represent, instead of writing half, I'm going to make that over 2. Happy with that? It's the same thing. What's a half times? What's the same as a half?
0.5.
Yep. Can we divide it by a number? Can we divide something by a number to get it to equal a half? If you have a chocolate bar and you want to divide it into 2, what are you going to do?
You're
You're going to break it in half. So dividing by 2 is halving, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Just the half. A half of at squared is the same as saying at squared divided by 2.
Okay.
Different representation of the same thing.
I get it.
Okay, good. So, I ask myself, what's the 2 doing to the a? Dividing. What's the t squared doing to the a? What's the ut doing? Adding. So what should I attack first? The ut. How do I remove the ut, Ava? So I'm going to subtract ut from both sides. I need no talking. If you don't want to listen, that's fine. Just do it quietly.
Could you do without doing the, like leaving it, like the half?
Yeah, you can leave it as 1/2. That's fine. I'm just doing it because it will make it a bit easier when I get to moving it.
Well, you made it the 80 over 2, where it's just a half.
Yep.
When you've just done divide by a and then
Divide by... No, because it's t squared.
is it 80 squared?
Yep, a times t squared. That's a u. I can take a t out the front. Okay, I'll just follow it through, then I'll have a look. S minus ut is my new line, equals at squared over 2. Are we happy with that?
Yeah.
So, again, I ask myself, what operation is the 2 and what operation is the t squared doing? What operation is the 2 doing, Phil? And the t squared is? So does it matter which one I do first? You don't have to. You can do the divide first. It does not really matter. So how do I cancel? Let's just pick one. The 2? Let's get rid of the divide 2. How do we do that? Multiply by 2 both sides. Now, common misconception. Is the answer 2s minus ut? I need to put brackets around this. It's 2 multiplied by the whole thing. Cool. I'm now left with at squared equals 2s minus ut. Happy with that? How do I get rid of the t squared? Divide both sides by t squared. How many of us got that?
Corey got it.
Did you?
I didn't write it down, but I got it.
Good. So, what I'm trying to emphasise is that looks pretty gross as a problem, but if you follow that simple process of reverse bid mass, and what does reverse bid mass tell us? What does that tell us? Why do we need to use reverse bid mass? Makes it easier and it gets the process to follow. And what's the other thing that I did throughout that process? Starts with O.
Order of operation.
Opposite operation. So I never just moved any concept, even though I probably said moved a couple of times. I never just moved a value. I always use the opposite operations to cancel it. And if you do that, you should get yourself out of trouble. Just attack it one variable at a time. I want to get rid of ut. I want to get rid of 2. I want to get rid of t squared. And then you'll get to the right solution. Have a crack at the last few.